How's it going, High Vibe Collective? This is Jax, and today we're going to be doing some collective readings. We're going to be doing some personal readings, so make sure to share this video out and show up here in the chat and ask your questions. I am currently here and honestly just ready for our first comments. But for today, for the Chinese New Year, I thought I'd start out by just talking a little bit about what we're expecting, what it is that we're going to be feeling today in this Aquarius new moon. It's going to be pretty intense. It's, for me personally, Aquarius is my fifth house, so I am just feeling a lot of excitement, a lot of fun, a lot of energy. It's very loving all around. I'm receiving a lot of love right now from different people, from friends, and of course, I'm giving a lot of love out right now as well. So I thought today a great way to give that love out would be to do some free readings and to just kind of have some fun. So let's get started. Looks like we got Elizabeth Juarez here. Elizabeth, thank you for always showing up for so many of these lives, for providing the date stamps, for all sorts of, different things that you're tagging. And it's just really helpful. We all appreciate it here at High Vibe. I just want you to know that. As far as Lisa LaRose, how's it going? I'm glad to see you here. We got Marion, hey, from the Netherlands. I cannot wait to visit there. I have always wanted to go there. It sounds so beautiful. We got, of course, Alexandria here with the purple hearts. We've got Nausea. We've got, or is it Nazia? Nausea? How do you say your name? That's a really cool name. I've never seen that. Yeah, no, I'm glad too, Elizabeth. I'm really glad too. We've got Bella from Seattle, Washington, and we got Kim Yancey, of course. Aquarius moon all the way. Thank you guys for showing up. I would love if we can just jump right in. I'm going to do a collective reading for today's energy and kind of see if we have anything special going on right now. I'm going to be using some of the Black Moon astrology cards as well as the tarot, and just seeing if there's any special lessons out there for us as we enter the year of the rat. It's going to be a special year, you guys. Like, we're going to be getting a lot done this year. Everything that in the 2010s that has been sort of holding us back and like creating that tension and bringing forth these lessons is now basically in the 2020s, we are expected to take action. We are really expected to step into who we really are and no longer wait to be on our quest or hope we can figure it out, but to really go for what we know that we want right now. So let's get started with the collective reading here. And then I'm going to go to your guys' questions. So just make sure you post some there in the comments and in the chat. So first one, we got Queen of Pentacles. So just like I was just saying, this is about action that leads to our dreams. No longer trying to figure out the mystery of our dreams, but really deciding that now's the time I'm going to start living it. Because what the Queen of Pentacles does is she, usually this character is depicted as an older woman who essentially has throughout her life pinched her pennies. She's upheld traditions. She's served the family in so many different ways to make sure that the household is very structured and that everyone knows what to expect. So for this energy right now, it's going to be all about us taking action, both in the long term, but also in the short term, like every single day leading up to what it is we want for our lifetime. Whether that ends up being a cabin in the woods or a mansion, whatever your dream is, your destination and your goal is, now's the time to start taking consistent action on it. And beyond that, let's go ahead and see what else we've got for today. So today it's going to be about action. It's going to be about bringing these things into the physical. Let's see what else comes up for us here in the Aquarius moon. We've got Four of Wands, just like we had for the Geminis yesterday. So Four of Wands is telling us that it is imperative that we celebrate today, that we have some fun. And it doesn't always seem like fun is a necessary component. It seems like an ideal component, something that hopefully we get to have or we get to be a part of. But for the Four of Wands, it's basically saying that we need to have some fun today for our mental health. We need to have some fun today for our emotions. And we need to engage with that in a celebratory manner with our friends and our family and the people that we can truly trust, the people that create that four numerology for us, those people that are structure and security, genuinely trustworthy and genuinely loving to us. Also, with both of these cards, we have the sort of the yellow and orange hues here. So solar plexus and sacral are going to be super important to be a part of today. Exploring our solar plexus, of course, with confidence, exploring our willpower, exploring our potential great self, the one that we envision a few years from now, once we start really, getting down to business and sticking with the things we want to accomplish and practice. It feels really good. And of course, the sacral energy from the orange is all about this passion, this sexuality, and this creativity. It's about celebrating our life and making peace with the animal within, making peace with the civility up above, and finding ourselves in kind of a mutual balance of the two. And as a Libra, I'm of course, always obsessed with finding balance in different things. So hopefully there's a lesson in that for everybody here. And I want to draw another card actually before we move on to the astrology oracle cards. I'm being drawn that there's something really powerful here in this message. Another four numerology. We have Four of Cups. With Four of Cups, there's often this crazy interpretation about how it's about the grass is always greener on the other side and that we ought not to look elsewhere when we have what we need around us. For me, I, sort of break apart from that convention a little bit. I think that it's actually okay to be looking over in the other field and to say maybe the grass is greener somewhere else, but as long as we have gratitude for the things that are around us. So keep chasing that fourth goal. It represents opportunity. It represents opportunity within a place of structure, and it does so in an emotional state. So, as long as we have gratitude, we can keep moving forward and gaining more abundance. If we lack the gratitude, then going off to chase that destination will not bring us any peace or happiness at all. So, before I get into your guys' questions, which I'm so excited to do, let's go ahead and pull up the Black Moon Astrology cards, I believe they're called. Yeah, Black Moon Astrology. And let's see what astrological energy we really want to connect with today. Today can definitely be a very powerful day if we let it be. If we let ourselves tap into that. So we have fourth house, roots. This is hilarious. Once again, the four numerology. So fourth house is about today's a great day before you go off and party and celebrate and have some fun to clean your room or clean your house, to get things organized, get things a little bit structured, to take care of the things that need to be taken care of, but not just in the physical, doing so with yourself at all. So maybe you have 10 different things that you're stressed about today because it's definitely high energy. It's very potent. And with the fourth house, what we're going to want to do internally is say, you know what? I have a right to think about this one situation a lot, of course. I do need to work on that. There is a lot to focus on right now, but I'm going to go ahead and do myself the favor of respecting myself and taking on one thing at a time, which is something I humanly can do. I cannot take on every single thing that's going on in my life all at once. And so driving myself crazy trying to do that is not fair. It's just not fair to me. It's not fair to any of the other people in my life. And, I deserve to basically get some rest and relaxation. So with that, the cards are crystal clear. There's a level of action that needs to be taken today and consistency, but we can't stress ourselves out if we want to actually accomplish anything. So let's take a look at your guys' comments and let's see what questions we have from you guys. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome in the Netherlands. I will guide you around. Well, Marianne, it is a date. I look forward. I will head out there at some point in 2020, maybe. I'm definitely planning to do a lot of travel this year to Ireland. I'm planning to travel to a few different places. So hopefully I will be able to head out to the Netherlands and I'll keep you posted on that. You're so welcome, Corey. Thanks for making my commute bearable. Well, I'm glad I make it bearable. Yeah. Let's take a look. A lot of dancing today and yoga. Yeah, we're actually doing spiritual dance music here in the High Vibe Studios today. It'll be tonight. Anyone that's in the Huntington Beach area or just Southern California, definitely head out. So for anyone that gets the VIP, it will be from 6 to 10. For anyone that gets general admission tickets, it's 7 to 9. So check that out on Instagram. Go to the Leo Kingdom and check out the link for the description so they can get some tickets. We actually moved it back an hour. Breaking news. So yeah. So now you guys know about that. But make sure to go to the Leo Kingdom and grab your tickets if you live out here in the area. It's 3 p.m. now, so we'll be just a few hours away. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, no, definitely. Sacral energy and solar plexus on fire. Today is very much about action. It's very much about sexuality. It's about manifestation and abundance through what seems to be an oversimplified process of just finding some joy today. The more joy you find, the more abundance floods into your life. And they don't seem connected, but they are completely interconnected. The soil, depending on how much nutrients it have, will make the difference between a tree that doesn't grow or a tree that flourishes in every way. Let's take a look. Cleaning the house and cleansing spirit. Looking forward to meeting me. Well, I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. Yes. Yeah, tonight's going to be super fun. So Marion, do the cards have a message about love for me? Well, let's take a look. Let's do you first. Let us see what is going on for love. So I'm drawn to use tarot for this one. Let's go ahead and zoom in for love in just the next couple weeks. So we have 3 of Swords, which is very interesting. To get this card for love, this is pretty intense. It's clearly referencing the past right now. So it's suggesting that as far as your near future, you're going to have to confront the 3 of Swords. Now, as far as confronting the 3 of Swords, there's a lot of different forms that's going to take, but it's definitely going to be about an honest assessment of your heart, an honest assessment about feelings that have been lingering around for quite some time about the past, feelings that have been lingering around about a particular person. 3 of Swords is suggesting that you're going to need to let yourself experience some of the pain of recognition and to no longer deny something when it comes to love. So you're going to have to let yourself experience difficult truth, basically. And with 3 of Swords, the interesting thing about it is 3 is the beginning of a journey. And so a lot of people say, well, why on earth does 3 of Swords often represent the end of a relationship if it's supposed to be the beginning of the journey? You know, 3 of Wands represents the beginning of a physical travel or a new business venture. 3 of Coins is about getting started on a project. 3 of Cups is about going out and starting basically a new emotional path for yourself and finding some joy and celebration. So why is it that 3 of Swords feels like an ending? Well, it's because of the way we're looking at it. When a relationship ends in the past, we think of it as our relationship ended, not that our basically unity with self began. The truth is, 3 of Swords is the beginning of a journey. It's the beginning of a new journey where you're a singular entity and you're letting basically the past go. You're letting that fade away. But it comes from choice, and it's not an easy one. It's really tough. You know, 3 of Swords, you might be dealing with some of the darkest and saddest emotions possible, but through that, if you can accept it and let that difficult pain kind of flow through you, then you'll be able to heal from it and then, of course, move on to some pretty amazing things. Now, let's take a look at what's coming up next for you in love. We have Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands is an extremely passionate character. Queen of Wands is all about taking action. It's pretty crystal clear as far as your love life. You're going to have to be very, very assertive to communicate your messages. You're going to have to be assertive to make your feelings known, essentially. Queen of Wands is strategic, but at the same time, her whole principle, the thing that guides her, is that when action can be taken, it should be taken. And that's her philosophy, and she moves forward with that. So if you have something you want to say and express, if you have something that you want to get off your chest, now's the time to do it. And you might be waiting for another person to kind of do that, or to at least start the conversation. But Queen of Wands is about like, you have to get up and you have to go do that. So it's it's pretty intense energies, but Queen of Wands is definitely an optimistic energy. Yeah, Corey, definitely enjoyable. So yeah, let me know how that resonates with you. Let's take a look. So sad to miss it this time. Yeah, cleaning out storage. Oh, Lisa. So Lisa is listening to the fourth house message we got earlier. Cleaning out storage right now, physically and internally, changing things up and getting things organized, secured, figured out, and leveled out. So it's so important. Let's take a look here. Pisces, year of the dog here. What's coming up in love with a mate? Is there a new love or return of a person, or neither? Let's take a look. This is Perfumed Traveler. Perfumed Travel. Let's take a look. Before I do, Marion, it resonates. Something ended and we are circling around each other, maybe for a new beginning. Okay, this is crystal clear for me. Thanks. Yeah, no, for sure. It's love is crazy. Love is a crazy thing, and I'm glad that you're tapped into exactly what you need to do. Tamara, will there continue to be stress-related health concerns with these intense energies? Yes, we will take a look at that next. Perfumed Traveler. Okay, so what's coming up in love with a mate? Is there new love or return of a person, or neither? Interesting. Okay, hold on. Before I reveal. Return. So I'm actually drawing a card for all three of those potential options. So here's the deal. This is an interesting spread. First of all, will there be someone who returns, or will there be someone new? We have Two of Cups, the Blessed Partnership card. So the answer is yes. Someone new is going to come into the fold, and it's pretty clear that this is going to be someone with a very watery energy, a lot of water in their chart. As far as, whether or not you make this a relationship or not, it clearly means that you're going to have the option to, because you're both going to feel very magnetic towards each other. But you also asked, what about the return of someone from the past? And we have Nine of Coins. So someone apparently from your past recently reassessed their value systems and felt that the connection that they had with you was what could potentially fulfill them and be connected to them in a really deep degree. So I think you are also going to have a return from someone in the past. Both of these feel like they're extremely present energies. So we're not talking about like months from now. We're talking about like this could be within the next few days, or even, in the next couple weeks. But this is very close by, both of these cards. And you said, what about, and possibly neither? What if neither of them come through? What if there's a third option, though, basically? King of Swords says, apparently you are going to be weighing out, in a state of singularity, you're going to be weighing out another option. So there's someone that is either a friend that you felt a connection with, but you've been on the fence about whether you want to actually move that into a relationship, or this is someone who would be an alternate person from the past than this other person who's represented as the Nine of Coins, reassessment of values. And with this other person, this is something where you're like, this could either be the most amazing relationship in the world or be a total train wreck. And so your King of Swords self is telling you, like, be objective. Like, of course, these are emotional decisions you're making when it comes to love, but really think about what it is you want, but specifically think about what you want multiplied by the rest of your life. So for example, let's say someone has a character trait that is off-putting to you, or that isn't something that can be compromised. It's like part of who they are. The King of Swords says, don't think about it like, are you mildly annoyed right now about this? Think about it like, can you handle having this in in your life for the rest of your life? And if the answer is no, then it's you have to make a cold cutting decision about that. But yeah, you are just chocked full of love. You've got tons of love energy coming up for Aquarius season, so get ready for that. You've got some serious choices to make. Let's take a look. So, Tamara, will there continue to be stress-related health concerns with these intense energies? For that one, I actually want to use the Black Moon astrology cards. So Leo, we have Leo, I will. So there's definitely a solar plexus energy to this, and of course there's like the upper back. With Leo, I'm picking up that we definitely are all going to want to be very cautious about the way we lift heavy things. We're all going to want to make sure that we're doing, whether it's just yoga or genuinely working out, or anything in between, anything on that spectrum, we're going to want to be paying really close attention to our spinal health. Our spinal health is going to be important. Our neck health will be important. But I'm getting like this between the shoulder blades area, very important to focus in on, making sure that we're responsible with our bodies, we're taking good care of them in the best way that we can, whether it's Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, Pilates, whatever. Strengthen our cores right now, strengthen our back muscles. This is going to be something that will be tremendously helpful. However, as far as like risks or dangerous, as far as sickness in general, I feel like I want to pull a different card for that. When it comes to sickness, we have Neptune's sacrifice. Yeah, this is interesting. I would say we're all going to want to make sure that we have really like a lot of water intake, and not just because we're entering Aquarius, the water bearer, but we're going to want to make sure we're drinking lots and lots of water, getting lots of fluids right now, because it feels like dehydration would be something that could be borderline dangerous right now. It also feels like there's, of course, the Neptune, the connection with, like blood circulation, body temperature. I would say as far as this Neptunian energy, we're going to want to make sure that we are practicing a deep breathing. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like the Wim Hof technique, though it's one I really recommend, but breath of the dragon, breath of fire, Wim Hof technique, whatever breathing techniques we can focus on right now, I think this is going to really help abate some difficult health issues, random sicknesses, cold, because like with Neptune, I feel like pneumonia. I feel like, I feel a genuine, like it's just a feeling of like poor blood circulation, and I'm feeling like cold, like my fingertips and feet feel cold, especially my feet. So I'm thinking that that's going to be something that's really important. But let's take a look at what else we've got here for the questions. So Tamara, I just started getting back into yoga. Good, stick with it. I suggest everyone here does that. I'm going to have to post some cool links one of these days where I show you all the yoga videos that I love to do, because there are some that are very accessible. Even if you don't feel very comfortable in yoga, there are tons of them out there that anyone can join, get started with, and have some fun with. For the last 2 weeks, I've been very inconsistent with my yoga, but for the past 4 months, I've been really consistent. So for me, I'm learning this lesson too. I'm getting back into it, making sure I'm steady and consistent, because I don't want to, I don't want to put that off anymore. I don't want to put that off anymore. I want to really get on it. Let's take a look. Spine, yes. Strong core. Yeah, for some reason that feels so important with the Leonic energy. It just feels like really get that spinal health working. Posture, wondering the same for me. New love, you're a widow. So Michelle, yeah, I definitely want to do yours. Lisa, I'm going to be ending my relationship soon, divorce or other. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, if you're ending it, if you're considering divorce right now or pretty dead set on it, I mean, honestly, that's the most respectful thing we can do to ourselves is to acknowledge the truth, to acknowledge what we need, and then to take action based on that need. If you need this divorce, then I say go for it full-fledged. There's a lot of times though where we process guilt about it, like should I stick with it anyways, even though I don't feel connected to this person? It's like, you got this one lifetime that's like this one lifetime. If it's not right, it's time to go. There's one, on one hand, we have compromises and things that we can work on. But on the other hand, if it's wrong, then it's time to go, for sure. I respect that so much. I've seen so many people who they're in a bad relationship and they just stay in it because they feel guilty about leaving. They feel like it'd be scary, of course, to leave and not have that stability of another person and your habits and the financial aspect. Like, it's a scary thing to leave relationships, but it's really powerful when you take the reins of that. So Michelle, let's work with you, and then let's take a look at what's coming up. And for you, Michelle, let's use the tarot here. And yeah, just tell me how you guys are all feeling today. What things you guys have been experiencing with today's energy, and any of your questions. There's of course a lot of love questions right now. There will be for this next month, but it's it's beautiful. It's beautiful to explore that love energy. But if anyone has other questions as well, definitely let me know. So Michelle. Michelle, will you meet someone again? Will you feel another connection? Yeah, we got Queen of Cups here. So actually, this person is gravitating really closely to you. This is someone who you may have not met yet, but it's pretty clear you're going to be meeting this person shortly if you haven't already, because Queen of Cups is a extremely enchanting energy. This person is going to see you as magnetizing. They're going to see you as someone of deep emotional depth, and someone as well who has experienced both the greatest joys of life as well as some of the greatest sadnesses. So there's this level that you would be able to understand them, and that's something that they cherish and that they feel. And I want to find a representation card for this person to see what kind of character they are and see if that helps us kind of narrow it down so when you meet them. We have the Nine of Wands, which is very interesting. We have Nine of Wands. This would be a character of incredible loyalty, very possible a Leo, but not necessarily. This is definitely going to be someone, though, who has some strong Leonic energy in their chart. Because with Nine of Wands, this card represents the questioning of allegiances and looking back at your life and saying, who have I been raising my banner for? Who have I been marching for? And is it time for me to choose the other side or choose no side at all? So this is someone who's actually going through a type of loss in their life, but it's more of it's not necessarily a loss of career, but it's definitely like a loss of a certain type of direction. So they're in the process right now of finding their new direction, and it feels like the connection here is going to be something that's pretty powerful. As far as the two of these energies together with the wands and the cups, we have, of course, we've got fire and water. So this is going to be someone who's pretty dynamic. There's a level of confidence here. There's a level of stability for sure. We've got red all over this card. It's pretty clear that their root is locked on to what it is that they want in life. And there's someone who's capable of manifesting without necessarily trying. This is someone who's open-minded about spirituality, but isn't necessarily explorative about spirituality, at least yet. But meeting you is sort of like meeting a shaman or a medicine woman, and meeting you sort of opens their energy is the kind of feeling that I'm getting. So let's take a look here. Perfume travel. Thank you so very much, Jax. Profound reading for me. Knock me over with a feather. Sending you love and light. You are so welcome. I'm glad that it helped. I'm glad that it made a difference for you. So we have Andok or Andik. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but let me know in the comments. That's a really cool name. Hey, you rock. Love your readings. What do you see for me in love life this year? Anything epic on the way? Let's take a look for something epic. For you, I'm drawn to the Astrology Black Moon cards. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Oh, wow. Yeah, something epic's on the way. All right. We have Black Moon Lilith mystery. So, yeah, you're going to definitely be meeting someone. It feels like this is, I'm willing to bet you're going to meet them in the first week of Pisces season. So yeah, that's not too far off either. We're less than a month away. So yeah. This is going to be a very dynamic connection. It feels like the two of you will have a strong, natural, watery tension with each other. It's going to feel like profoundly sacral, and that there's this essence of unspoken understanding that will be very strong, as well as freedom being a very important component to why it is the two of you find each other in the first place. This energy, though, feels like it's an evolutionary energy. It's about becoming a new kind of person and exploring that through love. So that feels very intense. So yeah, let's take a look here. Michelle, thank you so much for the reading. My husband was the love of my life. I am so attracted to Leo. Yeah, so that would make sense then. Nine of Wands, we've got a really powerful Leonic energy. This is someone who's loyal and consistent and stable. That's the power, the really power of mastered fire. Let's take a look here. Tamara, that totally confirms my message. I want to start yoga again too, Marion. Yep, do it. Do it. You won't regret it. It's fun. I'm going to post some links down. I wish I could right now, but I don't think I'd be able to. What can we do to manifest on the new moon tonight, Giovi? Giovi or Giovi? Oh, is this Giovanna? It might be Giovanna. I think I might have spoke to you the other day. If this is Giovi, though, yeah. What do we do to manifest on the new moon tonight? Let's see. What is our secret to manifestation? I know it's stability. I know it's about celebration and fun after creating some stability for ourselves. But let's see what else would be helpful. We have read this. Earth element stability. Yep. So we nailed it. Earth element stability. The number one thing. Let's clean our rooms. Let's clean our houses. Let's go take a shower. Wear the outfit we really want to wear. A lot of external stuff today. Let's burn some candles, light some incense, burn some sage. Let's allow ourselves to say, I'm going to put off the things that do not require being done today till tomorrow, and I'm going to focus on the things that I must do today, and I'm going to not overburden myself. I'm not going to stress myself out. Earth is pragmatic, Earth is responsible, and as we were just seeing, Earth is stable. Stability is the key to manifestation today. We are going to have to give ourselves stability because the external world is so high energy right now that it can be tough for it to provide that for us. That's the key to manifestation today. That's hilarious. I was like, oh, stability is definitely a big part of it. And it's like, oh, earth element, stability. It's like, okay, perfect. Let's take a look. Oh, that's so cool. Hey, Tisha's here. How's it going, Tisha? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm glad you caught this live as well. Okay, so if I'm skipping anyone, that's okay. Just put your comment back down below, just re-comment what your question is. I get lost in the comments really quickly. The Lunanate, I'd be so grateful to receive what you channel in regards to career/work passions. Okay, so what I'm getting is very strongly about moving forward, and the way to move forward is by letting yourself abolish the mindset that kept you where you were in the past. So right now, there's this part of you that wants to apply your old mindsets to career and your passions and following your dream. And it's not that old mindset is bad, but it's no longer applicable. So you're going to have to be looking at things from a new light. And specifically, the channeled sort of vision was you sort of find your path by simplifying, and find your fire. So you have to find where the flame is. You have to find your flame. Finding that is not going to be about picking the right career or the right way to explore your passions. It's about basically following your heart, which sounds like vague and it sounds esoteric, but literally, if your heart is beating extremely fast and you have this smile on your face when you're thinking about doing a particular career path or taking on a certain project, but it's also scary, you know you found the right one, because it's something that you're in love with, you know, that you feel just like when we feel love for another person. Our heart beats so fast, we feel just our blood flowing, we just get it so excited and so intense. And that's the way you should feel about your career and passions. It's about letting go of any old mindset. As far as why to let that go, it feels like there's something that's limiting within your old mindset, essentially about like how quickly things could grow, or about how accessible this particular path is for you. So you're going to have to let yourself bend what it is you think is impossible right now. So like if there's something that seems a little bit unachievable or a little bit too high, just remember the lesson that the Eight of Wands always teaches. Eight of Wands is about letting yourself set a lofty and godlike goal, you know, something that you might not be able to hit 100%, but that you'll be able to at least get near it or in the direction of it. So it's about, once you've identified this through your heartbeat, and notice that a lot of the things that might seem like smart decisions aren't making your heart move at all, they're not bringing you any passion, letting go of that old mindset, latching onto this new one, and letting your heart decide the direction that you're going. And then of course, you're going to, the cool thing about this is it feels like your heart's going to identify something that you're already good at, or that you already have a strong aptitude for. So this is going to be something that you're passionate about, and you'll be able to build a state of mastery very quickly, not immediately, not overnight, but quickly. So you'll be able to get into this, and you'll be able to break what you currently are expecting is possible. So there's a very strong energy for that there. That's definitely something important to latch on to. Corey, how are finances going to be for you moving forward? Single mom here. So let's take a look. It's definitely not predestined whether your finances will go good or bad, but let's take a look at the influences and essentially what it is that you can do to make sure that these are as incredible as possible. Let's take a look at what you'll have to be very mindful of. I also feel for these ones, the Black Moon astrology cards. Let's see. Yeah, Jupiter return benefits. So as far as finances right now, this is definitely going to be about, you're going to have options to take some pretty safe bets, and then there's going to be some options here to take some risk. With the risk, this kind of reminds me of the Seven of Coins energy, because, you know, in the Six of Coins, it's essentially where we reach this place of abundance, where we have this momentary influx of money come in. And with Seven of Coins, we have this big decision to make. Do I take this abundance and kind of hold it close to the chest, or do I risk it to create something that will be far greater and bring me so much more financial benefit and so much more abundance? With the Seven of Coins, it's not mandating that you have to be risky in general, but when there's a risk that requires that you bet on yourself and you bet on your own skills and your own quality through this financial income, which it feels like is about to happen. Jupiter is saying it's basically about to gift you finances. It's about to gift you an opportunity for finances. And then you'll have to decide, am I going to risk it or not? If you don't take the risk, it's not so much that finances will be bad, but they certainly won't be anything that, you know, is very surprising or much. If you take the risk, though, Jupiter's saying that if you're taking that leap of faith on yourself, that you can seriously bring in some incredible finances this year. Jupiter doesn't joke around when it comes to finances. Jupiter is a place of so much power that you can literally, it's oftentimes I think of Jupiter, if we listen to its lesson and we're really listening to the spirit of Jupiter and channeling it through us, we can make it to the next bracket. And so whether that literally means like the next tax bracket, or whether it means just basically the next level for ourselves, whether it's making instead of 20,000 being 50,000, or instead of 50 being 100,000, Jupiter is saying like you can make it to the next level. So be open-minded to taking a risk, be open-minded with new opportunities coming in. You of course don't want to just get fooled in that sort of Piscean, delusional energy of this is like a fantasy, something too good to be true. At the same time, though, be very open-minded. Be very open-minded, and you will get the payout for that. Red Solo cup full of water. Alexandria, I don't have a question in mind, but I'm wondering if there's any message from my higher self guides today. It feels like the number one message is create room, create space, create an open place in your mind right now. Because this isn't just about being open-minded. It's about basically saying that there is about to be a feeling that you're going to have, that there's something big on the horizon. So this is going to be a big opportunity, but it's going to require that you kind of go with it, that you emotionally open yourself up to it prior to it getting there. You're going to have to trust your intuition before your intuition has provided any data or any evidence that it's right and that you will indeed receive this opportunity. It's saying create space in your mind for that. Create space in your mind for, you might have this fantasy right now where it's like, okay, so this year I could do this, and then do this, and then this, and then this, right? And it's possible by creating some space, you might be able to skip over from 1 to 3 or 1 even to 4. Like letting yourself figure out a new way to do things and an unconventional, unorthodox way to do things. Other people, it feels like right now, you're going to be, people are going to be giving you very strong advice right now about like, oh, you've got to do it this way. You've got to do things this way. But you're going to have to say, okay, I appreciate that, but I'm going to stay open. I'm going to keep room open in my mind to do things in a way that hasn't been done before, or that hasn't at least been taught to me, something that is off the beaten path. You're going to have to, it's very much like the Fool energy. It's like, oh, I'm open to do this. Yeah, I'm open to talk to this person. I'm open to try out this new opportunity. So it's a very, it's about creating room right now is the message that your spirit guides are really trying to send forward. Maxine went on a cleaning spree today wanting to get organized. Well, you are doing it. You're listening to the lesson of manifestation for today. Sherry Clary, let's take a look. I need some advice, Jax. What's she picking up? Let's just take a look. So the energy I'm getting is not to let go of something, but to be ready to let go. It feels like you are ready right now for a confrontation to happen in your life, specifically in the family unit. You're prepared for it. You're kind of geared up for it. And there's part of you that thinks that you'll need to just do some sort of verbal combat. The thing is, be open to let things go as they appear. So this is not advice to be passive and to just let people do whatever they want to you, but it is advice about be ready to basically say this doesn't have to be part of my life. It doesn't have to be part of my energy space. This person might say something that I factually know is dead wrong, and I can be comfortable, if I choose to, I can be comfortable with just letting that go and saying, no, that's not my reality. I'm walking away from this. Because it's not that you can't fight back or that you're not supposed to fight back. It's that you will save yourself so much emotional energy to just let it go, to just basically say, I don't care. You know, it's because like the thing is in life, sometimes it helps to use a more ridiculous example. So like if I went up to you and said, Sherry, I'm so mad at you because your skin is purple, you'd just be like, what? No, it's not. Like you wouldn't get angry about that. You'd basically just think that's absurd. Like it's not, that doesn't match reality at all. And why not apply that same logic to something else that is that someone is bending to kind of make partially true, or they're sort of bending the narrative to emotionally project on you? You don't have to accept it. You don't have to take it seriously. You can suggest that this is something that is equally as absurd as that, and that you're just going to let go of it. So this is not about letting go already necessarily, but it feels like you are just about to have to let go of something, and that you're going to have that opportunity. Or to do verbal combat. And you have the right to do whatever you want to do if you want to wield your firepower, you know, but the thing is, I feel like you will save so much time and energy by just saying, I'm opting out of this. I'm just walking away from this. I don't have to deal with this, you know? Oh, that's so cool, Tisha. Yeah, this is perfect. I was actually going to reach out to you today for a reading. Energy is so weird for me. The painting gig was on point. Yeah, no, me and Kim Tabay, we on High Vibe TV. If you guys go to the Art to Life section, you'll see our newest video. Me and Kim paint together. We do this. She teaches me how to paint the Seven of Wands from the tarot, and we kind of just go with the flow. We have some fun. We joke around. It's really silly, mainly. Like it's honestly just fun to watch. But if you guys want to check that out, go to High Vibe TV and do so. Let's take a look. Let's see. Boundaries. Silence is golden. Yep. Yep. Not to wasting my energy. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. No, I feel that. Corey, ooh, thank you. Jupiter is the ruler of my chart. Been playing it safe for the past several years. So ready to allow my open mind to take risks. You are amazing, always on point. Thank you, Corey. I love that. I just love to hear that. Yeah, I'm definitely all over the place as far as the readings. I've skipped several of them. I don't even know where to start. But what I'll do, let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and do a few more readings before I head off for today. And I just feel like there's at least one more collective reading to do as well. Just one more thing for tomorrow. I feel like it's important to be ready for tomorrow. Beautiful creation. Thanks, Jax. Yes, this coincides with what I've been feeling, identifying what brings joy and passion. Excitement. Yeah, 100%. The Loon innate. Thank you. I do. I'll continue to trust the excitement. I know. It feels like sometimes it's this unreliable resource, or that it's silly, or that it's childlike, but no, absolutely not. Because here's the deal. If you're genuinely passionate about something, then you are filled with a fire that will make you want to work harder on it. And if you want to work harder on something, you'll master it. If you don't have any passion for something, you're probably not going to put in the work to become a master at it. And usually to become a master at something, you know, it takes like 10 years or 10,000 hours or whichever one comes first. It's like, it's something that's why it's important to fall in love. It's not about pleasure seeking. It's not about like, oh, do whatever, whenever I feel like it. That's not the energy of it. There's a responsibility to following your dreams. There can be, at least, you know, sometimes people will want to be an artist and then they'll not really put in the work. They'll make paintings that are relatively mediocre because they're just starting out. That's okay. And then they don't ever do something to improve. And they say, well, I guess following my dreams is the wrong way to go. It's like, no. Like, not applying your passion into hard work was not the way to go. So yeah, follow our dreams and work hard. And if we do that, we can have whatever we want out of life. I'm listening, working, piercing people. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool, Tisha. Yeah. So Yeah, link in the bio, you guys. Join High Vibe. Definitely head over. I do daily tarot readings over there. We're going to be doing so many live events. We got spiritual dance music on there tonight. We've got all kinds of stuff. And also, I've got this new show coming out. I know I've told you guys about it a billion times, but there's some new people here. So I am starting a show called The Mongoose Den. It's going to be a weekly show where we're live here in the studio. I interview someone who is a spiritual practitioner about how they got into spirituality, what their philosophies are, the opposition that they've faced in their spiritual journey, and the importance of being able to find bridges of communication between people from the more secularist side and people from the deeply religious side, so that we can all have some open, honest, real conversations rather than just gravitating towards people who think exactly the same way we do and accidentally recreating more religions, you know? So that's the goal of the show. To apply to that, send me an email at themongooseden@gmail.com and tell me a bit about your spiritual experience, whether you have an actual spiritual business or you've just been a spiritual practitioner for a long time. I'm interested. So tell me all about your story. Tell me about the things that you've faced and the difficulties. Not so much just about like, it's not like a resume, you know, it's not just like, you know, I've been doing this for this many years, this for this many years, like include that maybe, but like the whole point is about who you are and what you believe, what your philosophy is on life, and what you think it would look like if that philosophy was universally applied to mankind, what you think the world would look like. So anyways, that's what would be very interesting. Yeah, let's take a look. So Tisha, did you have a question in particular? And Bree Sun, yes, not a particular question, just a general advice poll. Let's take a look, Bree. Yeah, sometimes I want to use the Black Moon astrology. Sometimes I want to use the tarot. Sometimes I just want to channel it straight from your energy. It kind of just, it all depends on the person. So if you guys ever wonder, like, why did they do tarot for that person and not for this? It's like, I just kind of do what I do. I just move how I move. So in my progress chart, I'm progressed Scorpio with Pisces rising. So there's this level of control that I've sort of let go of in the past couple years. And that's been the most beneficial thing for my readings and for my gift in general, has just been letting go, not worrying so much about the form and the, you know, all of that, just letting spirit talk and listening. So let's take a look, Bree, at what wants to come up for you. So Bree, we got Sun Spirit. Okay, so yeah, the Sun card, we got Leo's ruler here. It's basically suggesting that the most important thing for you right now is to evaluate and listen to your soul. So when you go outside and you feel the sunlight, there's not an action to feeling that, you know? You just go out and then the sunlight happens to you, you might say. Sometimes we can tap into our spirit that way as well. Sometimes we can, whether it's out in the sunlight or the moonlight, we can go out, we can sit down, and we can just start taking some slow, measured, deep breaths, just allowing them to naturally flow, letting our bodies become comfortable and relaxed, and then just start listening. And it's like, you know, there might be sounds in the background which could be distracting, so ideally somewhere quiet, but start listening to yourself. What does your heart want to say? What words come to you in the silence? Because if you're listening to your spirit, it's going to tell you a pretty magical message. And if you get that magical message, then of course you can apply it to your life and you can find yourself like some pretty intense happiness right now. It feels like, especially for this next month, like that's sort of like your emblem right now. Listen to the sun, listen to your spirit, because your spirit feels just intuitively like it has got a lot it wants to say to you. It's got things it wants to comment on about the past. It's got things it wants to encourage you about in the future. And it's got things for you to enjoy and be appreciative of and happy in the present. So that it feels beautiful. I'm just feeling so much importance to the to letting spirit happen to you right now, you know? Letting your spirit happen to you. Let's take a look. My fear gets in the way even when I try for it to not to. Feel like the beginning of a tunnel, something beautiful on the other side. That's right. Yeah, no, for sure. That's beautiful. Need the full woo-woo in 2020, see Rich. The full woo-woo. Hard not to go back, but I cleaned my front door and I'm ready. Oddly, I have won 50% off a new custom front door and I'm ready for new things to come my way. Well, that's awesome. So see Rich, let's go ahead and take a look at you. Let's see if there's something that the cards want to talk to you about. And then before I go, we'll do a collective reading about what we can expect for tomorrow. Temperance. So see Rich, temperance right now. So whether you are hit with incredible positives, incredible negatives, whether you're hit with stress or relaxation, all of the different things in life, you're about to experience like a full spectrum of a lot of different things in this next month. The message of the temperance card is as you're experiencing them, you can be the same you no matter what. It's the idea of being emotionally bulletproof in a way. And it's not that nothing will ever make you sad or angry again, but it's basically suggesting that there's an importance to serenity right now. And that through that serenity, you can gather more abundance, you can bring in more love in your life, you'll be able to output more love in your life, and you'll be able to free yourself from the illusions that we think we have to serve, the illusions that other people's opinions matter, and that we have to do work to make sure that we appear in a certain way so that those opinions are satiated in a positive way. Temperance card is saying that you're already an angelic figure. You're already someone with a good heart. And so the only thing you have to do right now is love yourself. The only thing you have to do right now is experience serenity and give that to yourself, to give yourself, basically the chance to be really happy, the chance to listen to your spirit, and the chance to really experience some things that sometimes feel impossible. It feels like there's also a level of nostalgic energy here because the Temperance card has this angel putting their foot in the water. So there's a level of like returning to the past, the water being like our emotional state from the cups in the tarot. And with the Temperance card, it's saying, as you're feeling nostalgic in the near future, as you're looking back at these past memories, like give yourself the full story. Definitely you'll of course come across some of the tough times and some of the hard memories, but give yourself also the good times and let yourself remember that you get to create a lot of new good times. You get to be a part of a lot more love in this lifetime, and that through this love you'll be able to give yourself everything. Like it just feels really, really positive. And the Temperance card is a Sagittarian energy, so there's also a level of achievement that will be possible once you've almost like expected a little bit less of yourself for a minute. Just taking a break and letting yourself really be proud of the little things that you accomplish rather than not being proud of the big things that you haven't yet accomplished, So that feels really important to me. So I love you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and draw for tomorrow. And let's get one last message that the collective energy of this universe wants to tell us so that we can manifest and bring love into this Aquarius season. We can, of course, have it for ourselves as well. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. So, how I was telling you guys that Aquarius is my 5th house because I'm a Libra. So first we have 5th house, creativity. Number one thing to do tomorrow and for the rest of this month is get creative, express creativity. So whether it is writing in a journal, writing a poem, writing a short story, painting, drawing, sketching, making freaking rocks and dirt into a sculpture, whatever way you need to express your creativity and let it out, because Aquarius is incredibly creative. The 5th house is incredibly creative, and being able to express this in the oppositional way, because Leo's the opposition of Aquarius, is something that brings you balance. It brings you balance of, because remember, Aquarius is very loving, but there's a level of cold air to Aquarius. There's going to be times where you're feeling like just like an iceberg. You'll be feeling just like ice, and you'll be feeling like everything feels so cold and mechanical right now. And so give yourself some warmth by letting your heart talk through your hands, And then, of course, the Libran energy, I balance. let's stay balanced and let's stay fair to ourselves. Anytime we want to be hard on ourselves, I always tell people, I'm like, look, if you want to be hard on yourselves, like, go for it. But you also have to be equally soft on yourself if you're going to do that. So like, if you're going to point out like, oh, I totally let this person down, I totally made this mistake the other day and I hate myself for doing that. It's like, okay, then you're going to have to take the same quadrant of time. You have to take that same amount of time. You're going to have to look at all the things you did correctly. You're going to have to look at all the ways that you were loving and all the ways you were competent, and then compare the two of them. And then you tell me if you should love yourself more or hate yourself more. And oftentimes what we find out is that we should actually love ourselves more, and that through balance, through fairness, we can do that much easier. And when we get this selective cherry picking memory factory where we're just picking only the things we've ever done wrong, we don't stand a chance. No one can handle that. No one could stand up against that. So be fair to yourself. If you're your own judge, then be a fair judge. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm going to be going live all the time from now on. And I'm really excited to have these conversations. We're going to be doing maybe like a lecture next week. I want to give a talk. I think I'm going to choose a spiritual subject, possibly spirit totems, and start talking about that. I would love to give you guys the background story of why I chose to call the upcoming show. We're going to do the Mongoose Den, about the interesting synchronicities that happened and about what the mongoose totem means to me, as well as how to find your mongoose totems. And I also have a class on that in High Vibe TV, so make sure to check out the paid events under Jax Atlantis. So love you guys. I will talk to you all very soon, and have an amazing Chinese New Year.